So welcome back, all of you. Today is a Fulsome Friday, and you know Fulsome Friday is a day where we need to feel wholesome, fulsome, happy, and share things that are just either relevant or irrelevant, but something that has made us expand our thinking, expand our knowledge, expand our experiences to become what we are today. Now, that is the serious part. Okay. And now is the point where it became a little, I was putting on my thinking cap and thinking, what should we do today to make it interesting? So I asked all of you, of course, I don't know why you people don't come up with suggestions. Thank you, Seema, for your suggestion. And then Preeti. Preeti, can we have you on video, please, if we can? Okay, she wants.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. So today, please, all of you clap for Preeti. Firstly, she has made this effort to get up and be with us for this, Fulsome Friday. She has just returned from Europe, so she is in a jet lag situation. Thank you, Preeti, for that. Secondly, she is the
Right.
one responsible for making us want to bring out that naughty child in us. And I thought, why not? It is important for us to feel, think, behave, and connect, or rather reconnect, to that little child or that little fun element that we had in our lives, which either we have forgotten or we are too grown up now to think about it. How many of us feel, now listen, this is a conversational one today, you know it. No, it is not a one-way dialogue. How many of you feel that you sometimes, sort of think with a little poignance and try to remember and say, yeah, that used to be so much fun. अब कहाँ हो सकता है ये सब? अब time नहीं है, या life is, I can't even think about these things now. How many of us feel that way? I do. Anyone else? Yes, I'm Soumya, Natanya. Do we think, oh yeah, I miss my childhood. I miss the fun times. I miss, the good, even the bad ones that happened with us, all of those kind of things. We do.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, true, true, true. Now, today is a day that we share our experiences of all the fun and the naughty things we did so that we can all understand and laugh with each other, number one. Number two, try and figure out why did we leave it behind. And that will be done with the help of Radical. So this is not a lecture session. This is an interactive dialogue session. Who's going to come up first with, please raise your hand, with their experience of childhood, which was really fun. It may have been a prank. It may have been something that irritated your parents. It may have been something that, well, backfired on you. And it may have been something that maybe you thought later, maybe I shouldn't have done it. Yeah, it could be anything. And yeah, who's going to come
Ma'am,
up
I,
first?
I can share one experience.
Yes, Sangeeta.
We had an old uncle, funky old uncle, and we were teenagers and we used to crank call him.
Yeah.
We used to tell our cook to crank call, change the voice, and he literally fell in love with our cook over the phone. And we were teenagers, and uncle was 60, 65, and he used to just he used to have a fame khate the thodi.
Huh.
So he was in his own world, and so our cook and all we kids used to keep on crank calling him, and he used to look forward to that call.
Oh.
And वो इतना ज़्यादा हो गया कि people around the town also they started crank calling him. वो इतना ज़्यादा हो गया था. So I still think now I think कि why did I do that? Or why did we cousins get together and do that to him?
Okay.
But everybody started crank calling him when he went to his town. तो वो बहुत बड़ी चीज बन गई थी, which I remember कि हमने छोटे होते की थी.
Okay. And how does it make you feel today when you think about it, Sangeet?
Actually, I I laugh a lot because I think all of us enjoyed, including him.
Yeah.
And one fine day when our parents came to know, my chacha's kids, my masi's, sabhi lage hue the. It was a chain reaction. Udhar mere naan ka side also, dat ka, and his side also. They were crank calling, and one day my grandfather told him that, this is a crank call, kids trouble you. And he was not accepting. He was like, no, it's not a crank call, because he was enjoying it. उनको आदत पड़ गई थी इस चीज की, और उनका बड़ा अच्छा टाइम पास हो रहा था. एंड द एल्डर्स थॉट कि कुछ करना चाहिए कि ये बहुत ज्यादा हो रहा है.
Okay.
तो ये जो हमारा क्रैंक कॉल का चेन रिएक्शन था, एंड वी वर ऑल इन हॉस्टल. छुट्टियों में जब आना तो ये चीज बिल्कुल फ्लेयर अप हो जाती थी, एंड पेरेंट्स वर फेड अप.
Tell me, was your grandfather widower at that time, a single person that time?
नहीं, not my grandfather.
Ah,
One of my
uncle.
uncles.
Yeah, uncle. Was he a single person?
He was divorced.
Divorced. All right. So now
Yeah.
realize, now this actually was a gift to him from the universe. Think of it that way. Here are, lots of little children in the family who decide to prank him. That's fine, right? And maybe he somewhere knew that they are pranking me, somebody's pranking me. But there was a conversation happening. There was
Because
he was talking to. There was
he had a playful nature. He was 65, 70 years old, and we were 10, 12, 15, 8, like that. And he used to play with us.
Yeah.
So we had that rapport with him where, we thought of scaring him.
Yeah.
And one of my cousins, she bought a magic soap from Delhi. वो मैजिक सोप होता था कि उसको अगर मुंह पे लगाओ तो your skin color changes.
Okay.
So we bought that also, and my mother found out.
Okay.
And my chachi also found out. हम काफी लोग खरीद के लाए थे, and they said कि ये बहुत ज्यादा हो रहा है. And the elders were fed up because ये पूरे रिश्तेदारी कहते हैं ना, पूरी बिरादरी में ये फैल गया था.
Right.
तो ये काफी 3-4 साल चला. But he thoroughly enjoyed, and when he was told कि you're being crank called, you're being pranked, he said, no, it's not a prank.
Right, right.
True.
Yeah. So anyway, what do we see from this? If you're looking at it from, let's call it the fulcrum. So here we're seeing a person, in those days, 60 plus 70 was old, not today. So you're seeing this person who's alone. And here's a bunch of people who are having fun at his expense. Now, their children, their energy is not vicious. They are, free. They are not having any kind of devious ideas, in terms of torturing him. But they are having fun. Now, what are they transferring to him? The energy of fun, actually. And what was he looking forward to? That this will happen. Fine, he did not know it's a crime call. But he was also enjoying it. So today, if you look at it, it was a blessing for him from the universe to be able to enjoy his time, even if it was prank call, and for 5 years. And why not? Why not? It was so much fun. Would you do it today, Sangeet, to anybody?
Can you repeat it, ma'am?
I said, would you do it to anybody today?
No, ma'am. Can't.
Why?
I myself, now we all think, how could we do this? And ma'am, other funny thing that happened was one of my cousins, she called him that, I am a ghost calling you. And उसी रात को earthquake आ गया. रात को earthquake था, and he started, that was the time he was actually scared. He started screaming. वो अपने ही town में थे, and his elder brother walked in with a gun. He thought कि इनको कोई मारने आए. He said, भूत आ गया. So then his brother told him it's an earthquake. But then we stopped. फिर हम थोड़े बड़े हो गए थे, and हम निकल गए थे इस चीज से. But today, if all of us have to look back and think of, of course, you all have to tell me some incidents and what happened. How does it feel listening to Sangeet? Anybody?
ma'am.
हाँ सुरुचि
Very happiness.
हाँ
I
happiness means
felt very nice. Means like yes, we also remember our days when we pranked or something like that.
हाँ हाँ
So that took us to the old age.
हाँ
Now people are very restricted. Not like a community feeling is coming
हाँ
where we can just prank and laugh for number of days.
right. Anyone else? Shri writes it's a feeling of lot of fun. Okay. Anybody else?
Ma'am, somehow it feels like an age of innocence. No, it's so there is so carefree. And एक तो आज कर नहीं सकते because caller ID है, सबको पता चल जाता है कि नंबर कहाँ से, where it's coming from. So I think that fun element, I mean, even those kind of technical things, I think went off with that age where we could just, it's like it's just carefree fun. I don't think.
So as progress happened, when we talk of progress, it is at all levels, technological, mental, our physical progress in terms of growing. We left behind or we packaged away things that we thought are not relevant in the now of that time. So in the 20s, in the 20s and 30s and 40s, as we move forward, there were things that we just packaged away. Now the point is, yes, technology has come in, and Soumya is right when she says that today you can't do these things. Fair enough, because in any case, you don't pick up a blank call, coming from outsiders today, because it has become such a vicious situation. But out of those innocent stories that we had, when you think of it, there is a sense of fun, there's a sense of joy, and as Suruchi says, lightheartedness that comes to mind. I'm sure as cousins or people, when you get together and you do talk, do you remember this? Do you remember that? You did this and I did this. And sometimes little, not fights, but little discussions start happening even at this point, and you do become that child again. How many of you have felt that with your family or relatives and people that you are associated with? Oh, come on, don't tell me none of you have any experiences to share. I'm not here to do the talking. मैं बंद कर दूंगी ये Fulsome Friday. Seema Dhawan. Yeah. Preeti. Yes, Preeti, you have something to say?
Yeah, I feel that spark is gone. It's not easy to be the same again. I actually had like naughtiness in my eyes. All my friends would say, "My God, ये आ गई अभी क्या करेगी?" Like, I would snap on people's shoulders. I would, tickle them. I would make them laugh. Like, okay, why are you sad? What happened to you? Like, try to basically everybody should be happy, bubbly. Life should be fun. So, as I entered medical college, I know that my whole, seeing so much disease, seeing so many patients, seeing so much of ill health, like really made my, like, oh my God, there's so much in the world. Kind of that made me dim my spark, I think I would
Yeah.
say that.
Yes. What an important point Preeti has raised, that dim my spark. Now the point is, Preeti, okay, it's not just Preeti. Now she's in a profession where she sees a lot of pain. She's a doctor. She sees a lot of pain, she sees a lot of anguish, and she sees a lot of all those negative vibrations, energies, and frequencies that are always operating in all hospitals. Why do you think you feel a little unhappy or a little scared entering a hospital? It's not because of the doctors. It is not. No, Bina, we don't have recitation today. Fulsome Friday is a fun day. Only conversations and just a dialogue and chat about lots of things in life. Today's topic is different. You would have read it yesterday, okay? Yeah. So coming back to the point that there is a lot of, I won't call it negativity, I'm just calling it the vibrations. So those vibrations start influencing us so much that we feel that how can I be fun? How can I enjoy things when there's so much of either unhappiness or pain or anguish that is there in the world around me? But if the same doctor, Preeti, this is for you, if the same doctor decides that, okay, even in this, because you people, not you people, I mean, it's generally for all of us, but doctors especially, they learn to have a sense of detachment. They can't be attached to their to the patients, not parents, patients, right? So what do? They try to have a little barrier so that the emotions don't get intermingled. You may come back home and tell your family, कि आज ऐसा patient आया, बहुत दुख लगा, ये वो and all that may happen. But today, if I ask all the doctors, including Preeti, that even in that situation, because you're already detached and you have learned the art of detachment thanks to Radical, how about making things a little easy and fun, even for people to look forward to come to you? You know what I
I
mean?
do.
I know too, but I'm just saying it generally for people. But
Yeah.
making them look forward to even going to a doctor would be such a happy element. There is one Insta doctor, I don't know his name, and I watch his reels sometimes. So
Yeah, with babies, no, he's
babies,
making them laugh and he
yeah,
injects them quickly.
he has to give them, I think, those shots which are there for babies, and babies naturally
Vaccines.
cry. Vaccines. What does he do? He makes fun, he laughs with them, he jokes with them, and they're babies. So they start laughing and sharing his laughter and happiness. And in that, he gives them the prick and they don't even realize it. And, they don't even for a minute, sort of look shocked
Right.
what happened. Oh, what an art. What a beautiful thing. Technically, if you look at it, he's pranking them. He is pranking them, isn't he? But what is he doing? In that prank, he's creating something that the children are able to enjoy and not realize, that going to a doctor is not dangerous at all. Even for the parents would be looking forward ki chalo bhai, let's go to the doctor and get things done. So thank you, Preeti, for this. Who's coming with their next prank or fun or naughtiness that they did? Yes, Natanya.
So, ma'am, I have this story from the summer vacation where we used to go to Nanaji's house, and this roadside seller people, they will sell something, and we used to just call them secretly and run away. So they'll be looking back, कि किसने बुलाया, किसने बुलाया. We used to do it for every seller that is walking past by.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And then what kind of
Hello.
thrill did it give you? Hello? Natanya, can you hear us? Okay, I think she's frozen right now. So we'll talk to Seema. Natanya will come back again. Yes, Seema?
Wait, let me see. Is my mic on? Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the school time, and the year would be 70-71. We were in class 11. And
Am
we
I
had
audible, ma'am?
You're back? Okay. Now you are.
Yes.
So Seema will finish
Sorry.
and come to
Yeah.
you. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so ma'am, we used to go to Nanaji's house every summer vacation, ma'am, and there will be this roadside seller where he'll be selling something. तो हम क्या करते थे, सारे cousins ऊपर छत में जाके धीरे से आवाज लगाते थे, भैया हमें ये चाहिए, and we used to hide it away. ऐसा हमने इतनी बार करा है मैम कि वो नॉक करके बोलते थे हमारे घर पे कि प्लीज आस्क देम नॉट टू डू दिस, वी एक्चुअली कीप द होप्स कि कोई बाई करने वाला है मैम. और एक जन तो आके कंप्लेन करके चले गए थे, बोले कि आप अपने बच्चों को संभालिए, बार बार आवाज लगा के ना हमारा धंधा मंदा कर रहे हैं ये लोग.
Okay, today now you think of it, how does it make you feel?
Ma'am, it does make me feel a little bad, giving them the hope that we are planning to buy something, but it's not going to happen. We were just doing for the prank and not to buy anything. It was just the innocence fun. We
Yeah.
had the gist, to try everything in life, but now we are scared to try anything or to do even anything.
Right, right. Now, Natanya raised a very important point. She said innocent fun. Who is stopping you from having innocent fun now? Or what is stopping you from having innocent fun now?
Ma'am, it's us only.
Yeah. So what can we do to correct it? What is innocent fun? In the parameters and in the environment that we stay today, what could be innocent fun?
Ma'am, mostly these days we don't have innocent fun. As I see, most of the latest generation, including us, we have to follow a trend. If we go over here, we have to do this, 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 and if we do that, then it is not as per the trend or as per the social norms. So, ma'am, most of the things is just in a program manner, ma'am, that यही करना है, ये नहीं करोगे तो ऐसा नहीं होगा, ऐसा नहीं चलेगा.
So ये programming कहाँ से आई है? Technology से. Cousins have stopped
Technology से,
meeting.
correct, ma'am.
Now, can you imagine cousins all meeting together in, if you are the Nana ji or Dada ji or whatever, Nani ji, Dadi ji. So, would that happen? No, it won't happen now. Because they would all be on their mobile phones or their iPads and doing their individual thing, even if they met together. Correct? So now tell me, what today would you consider as innocent fun? What is innocent fun for you today? What could be innocent fun?
Ma'am, do something to make somebody really smile, like genuinely, because I
No,
see
give me
most of the
examples.
people
Give me
have
silly
got serious
examples.
face.
Give me silly
Uh,
examples. Anybody?
Ma'am, I would do the same thing. Just call the roadside seller and again give them the voice. Bhaiya mujhe chahiye, and then hide away.
Oh, you won't do that. Anybody else? What would you do to make it silly fun? Innocent fun, not silly, innocent fun. Not necessarily with a vendor or something. In your life, how do you think you can have innocent fun today?
Dance in the rain.
Awesome. Yes, why not? Do you do it?
No,
Yeah.
I haven't done it like, now.
Okay. Believe you me, I still do it. I mean, now I've shifted, but earlier where I was staying, I would just get out in the rain and people used to be looking from their windows. Seema, you've seen my house. So they
Yeah.
would be looking from my windows, from their windows. And then I would say, come on. So at least 7, 8 people would all gather and we would all dance in that rain. Not worried about our clothes, our shoes, our, saris or what, not saris, I mean, mostly, even the older people who were older then, we would all come down and then sing Masti Bara. I'm just talking till 2 years ago. Masti Bara songs and have fun, and they would say, Aarti, ye acha sikha diya na, we will do this all the time. We will miss you when you're not staying here. Main kaha, chalo, you'll remember me for this. So yes, that is one innocent fun. What else is innocent fun for you? Or what you would think you could do?
कि मैं मेरे मम्मी के साथ हम लोग मोबाइल पे
हाँ
अंताक्षरी खेलते हैं कभी कभी सो
क्या खेलते हैं?
आई लव अंताक्षरी
अच्छा
ऑन मोबाइल
अरे वाह
बिकॉज शी स्टेज अलोन ना मतलब तो
हाँ,
वो ऐसे वो उनका टाइम पास करने के लिए मैं कई बार वो करती हूँ
अरे
आई
वाह
लाइक दैट
how nice and how does it make you feel Parmeet?
आई फील बहुत मतलब मुझे एक प्यारा सा फील आता है कि मैं चलो कुछ नहीं तो कुछ मैं अपने मम्मी के साथ स्पेंड कर रही हूँ आई फील लाइक
हाँ and do you realize you are creating such beautiful memories for your mother कि she looks forward कि परमीत का फोन आएगा और not every time but हाँ चलो हम लोग अंताक्षरी खेलेंगे तो then her interest and love for music thinking we activate the cells
एंड शी सिंग्स वेरी ओल्ड सॉन्ग्स ना वेरी वेरी ओल्ड
yeah
मतलब बहुत पुराने से गाने गाते हो मैं सुने भी नहीं होते ऐसे
yes yes कई बार बच्चे कहते हैं ना why are you singing such old songs we don't know but then
हाँ
they don't know rather including me I don't know the songs of today but then yes it is such fun this is innocent fun thank you Parmeet anybody else
Ma'am, I like to share one more thing that we used to do a lot. Ma'am, eat
Yeah,
the
I have a
ice from the
question.
freezer.
sorry Natanya Bina after Natanya finishes you can talk yeah Natanya tell me
I'm sure.
Am I audible, ma'am?
yeah
Clearly?
yeah
Ma'am, I want to do this fun once again. Eat the ice from the freezer secretly when nobody's watching.
Yes, I think all of us have done it. How many of us have
Yes.
how many of us have done this, sneaking ice from the freezer and then enjoying it? Girls, people, are you just going to listen as come on, raise hands,
So
something.
I used to take the ice and put it in my mom's blouse, put it in my father's shirt.
I think all of us have done this.
Ice cubes.
Yes.
Yes. Right.
That can be done again. I think that can be done again.
Of
We can do it
course.
now. Nobody will
Of
get
Yes.
angry.
course. So, Neeti writes, swinging on children's swings. Yes, why not? Swing on it. Enjoy. Enjoy the breeze coming to you when you're doing it. किससे डरना है? Who are you trying to hide from? Number one. You are not doing anything crazy. You will bring laughter and joy to others when you do something which is fun. If you're doing something crazy, it is something different. But if you just do it for fun, do you remember when we used to travel in trains? Antakshari shuru ho jati thi, people didn't even know each other.
Yeah.
And everybody would start
Yes.
singing and have Antakshari and generally enjoy the journey, because that is what life is supposed to be. You will meet strangers, you will meet people in life who may not be a part of you. But in the now of that moment, you can make it so interesting, you can make it so loving, you can make it so carefree. Antakshari, that was one. Sharing the food. सबके डब्बे निकलते थे, किसी के पराठे हैं, किसी के पूरी है, किसी का कुछ है. I
Yes.
remember one story, once long back, we were traveling from Delhi to Srinagar, so we had to go till Jammu. Overnight train, obviously. So again, it happened that the food was being taken out. Everybody took out their puris and alus and parathas and things like that. One person was holding back. So we said, what happened? He said, nahi, 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 aap log shayad nahi khayenge. So we said, what is it? So he had brought non-veg food because he was from a Muslim. So he said, आप लोग तो नहीं खाएंगे. मैंने कहा, कैसे नहीं खाएंगे? That was the tone we all had. I remember my father telling him, अरे क्या बात कर रहे हो? निकालो निकालो, हम तो खाएंगे. So he didn't get to eat his mutton, what he had brought. Everybody else in the train ate it. I mean, in that berth, in the compartment. So then it was like, major ice was broken. And then the fun that we had that night, somebody's playing cards together, somebody's singing and playing Antakshari together. The children are sitting on the upper berth and they are playing. Do you remember this game? We used to have Akkad Bakkad Bombay Wo. Does anybody remember that?
Yeah.
I don't know, it may have another name in the South, but sort of you point to your
Yeah,
fingers and then you kind of close and whoever comes
Yes.
first. So all these things were done and it was such a fun journey. Of course, you took each other's addresses. Us time the phone numbers nahi hote the ki haan, we will meet, we will talk. It never happened. But then the memory of that fun thing, having innocent fun, is there. Seema, you'd like to share something or can we continue on
Yeah.
the innocent fun right
I
now?
was actually sharing
Yeah, tell me.
one incident. So this was, I told you, school time.
Yeah.
And we had this Bengali teacher who, maybe because of paucity of time in the morning, we could see that she doesn't take a bath. Every day, a fresh layer of powder hota tha,
Ah,
that compact, नहीं, loose powder. तब तो वही होता था हमारे टाइम पे, तो वो एक लेयर लग जाती थी. So literally you could see layers of powder on her face and वो rouge भी.
हाँ.
So अब बच्चे हम लोग and 15 years old, तो अब क्या करना है उसको हम ना, we used to say, ma'am, there's chalk on your face. Miss, we used to call miss in our school. Miss, there's chalk on your face. और वो वाइप करती थी और you could actually see थोड़ा darker skin coming out.
Okay.
So we used to have so much fun that time.
That,
And
that is a typical girl behavior that.
Yeah.
Were you in an all
Girls'
girls
school.
school? Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, it's fun in the sense at that time. But today, would you do it?
Yeah.
You won't.
No, I wouldn't even think of doing it. But then And imagine 20 years back, gone to school for Pasant Panchami because it used to be very big in our school. And I saw her from far and I wished her. And can you imagine after 20 years, she said, when you entered, the name Seema flashed in my mind.
Oh, how
I felt so humble. I said, there we were always making fun of her. And here she is after 20 years. She remembers my name after, teaching so many students.
right, right.
So, yes, I
So,
felt
so you
really,
felt a little bad, humbled actually.
yeah.
So that's great. So what do you think you need to do right now for her?
Now there is, when I think of it, it's always with love
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
because she was a very good teacher. But being children, we just saw the outer thing.
Yeah,
But in
yeah.
organic chemistry, I remember she used to teach us. But yes, I do think of her with a lot of love.
Okay, how many of you have pranked your teachers?
हमने तो बहुत किया.
Raise hands.
मैम मैं तो टीचर की सिग्नेचर ही मार देती थी.
Okay, great. You could copy
Can
the
I ask you a
signature.
query?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Beena,
Beena
yeah,
here.
you had raised your hand earlier. Tell me.
Yeah. So basically, so it actually started since my teenage that I have kind of a hormonal imbalance, whereas that was realized at this age where I'm 39 now. It has impacted in a way that the kind of mood swings I have, as well as the belly fat, it is becoming very difficult in spite of following everything possible. So I need something very strong from your end, Aarti, not only to get rid of this belly fat, but also the kind of mood swings. And that is very difficult to explain. It's not only mood swings, I get completely lost. For example, yesterday night, it was really difficult for me to sleep.
Beena, can I just pause you here 1 minute? Please understand,
Yeah.
today is not a healing day. It is just a fun day. It is like हम सब इकट्ठे एक drawing room में बैठे and we are having a conversation about life and not about situations or healing. We are not doing any healing today. Not
No,
at
I'm
all.
not talking about healing here, Aarti. I'm just sharing.
Are you sharing a childhood memory? Are you sharing something happy? Are you sharing something that you did that you remember with love? No, you are talking about what you're facing today, correct? But for this, again, it will be open house or other platforms where you can go. And maybe if the recitations that we do Monday to Thursday, right? Or lucid reading that we do on Wednesday. This is not a topic for today. I'm so sorry, but you need to understand what we talk about, what is relevant today is what we are learning to live in the now, to enjoy even talking about irrelevant things. That is the topic today. Okay?
Okay,
And it's
so
not a
sure.
topic.
To talk.
It's not a
Okay.
topic. It's a drawing room conversation that we're all having today.
No, I really want to share my happiness and
Yeah,
thank you
sure,
for
sure.
helping me know what this session is about.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm so happy to share my happiness. Post attending the last session of HR certification program with my coach yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
wherein I was able to update my resume and also connect with one of my employer.
Hmm.
And in a way, the rapport is so good and
Oh,
so
nice.
feels so fulfilling
Hmm.
post having a discussion over WhatsApp. Also, one more thing, I'm so full of energy. It's exactly opposite of what it was yesterday night.
Ah,
Although some kind of feeling I have that how come I got lost so much that dejected to an extent that whatever it was. But now seeing the change in me, being a pillar of strength, not only for me myself as well as for my parents, which I'm literally very proud of,
awesome.
and the change of the improvement in the relationship issue that we had.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't say that it has completely got healed, but it has got so well improved that they are even talking to me, they are understanding me, even if I am a bit angry or whatsoever. So I'm really so happy, and I pray and hope that it completely grows and becomes as good as or as much better than they in the sense my parents have the relationship with my
Awesome.
siblings. So
Awesome. So,
that's all
Bina,
I'm praying for.
now do you realize? I think all of us should give a clap for Bina, please, because today she's really made that effort to come up with something really positive about her. Because no, I mean, there are issues, we all have issues, but today she has made that effort to talk, and your voice sounded so happy, Bina, when you spoke about it. There was happiness in your voice. And do you realize when you've talked of happy things, it has brought about shifts in your life, as you said, whatever. Okay, so stay with that. Learn to just be happy and enjoy and feel fulfilled. Even if we don't feel fulfilled all the time, it is important for us to feel fulfilled. Because what happens when we think all these positive things, they start entering our space. So yeah, a round of applause for Bina. I'm so happy for you today. Thank you, Bina. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Aarti.
Yeah,
Wouldn't have been possible without an awareness from your end, so that I have been having since 1 week. And God bless you. God give
God
you
bless all
more
of us and
strength
God bless you.
to
Continue
help
on the
all of us.
No, each one is helping themselves. Nobody's helping. I am not helping. Other mentors are not helping. Radical is helping, and you are helping yourself. How? With auto healing. So when you heal yourself and start thinking positive, everything in life starts becoming different. So great, Bina, be on this path, and we're all with you. Yes, Lakshmi. Yeah, tell me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Like we are discussing that earlier in our childhood, we used to be like innocent, naughty one, and now it's really tough and we have to give efforts. But for me, I can say the more I'm growing, I am becoming the naughtier version of me. And I can say after joining Radical, even it has like, multiplied, I can say. The naughty me is coming quickly out every moment. When I'm working with my clients, whether online or in person, they are really amazed how I make them smile so quickly when they are into a dramatic situation and it's going little longer. So one punch from my side will make them laugh with full of tears. So that's me. But we were discussing about this innocent fun, dancing in the rain and all. So it reminded me every time I go out for walk, I love to touch the plants and trees.
Yeah.
It's like I do. But when after rain I go, there are water drops on every leaf or the plants. And I just touch them like a little child. I just touch them like this, that I'm ringing a bell or something like that, and I just run away from there and the water falls. So
Yeah.
this is my favorite fun time. Everybody around me looks at me what she is doing, and I don't care. I'm enjoying my space. So throughout half an hour or so, I walk and I do this only. And it's my ritual, daily ritual, which I enjoy. And this is something amazing. So
Awesome.
this is I
Awesome.
do.
That's really nice, actually, Lakshmi. Thank you for sharing this. I have a suggestion for all of us. I think we follow it also. Most of us may be following it. That if there is some really genuine happy feeling or memory or visual that comes to mind that brings you a lot of joy and happiness, just sort of उसको ना बिठा लो घर के अपने दिल के अंदर, मन के अंदर. And whenever you're feeling a little low, just bring it up and think of it, and it will bring a smile back to your face. That is a guarantee. I'm no doctor, I'm no psychologist, I'm no psychiatrist, but this is a fact. The moment you think of something happy of your life, it definitely brings that joy and happiness in your life. Or at least it'll change your mood, or it'll calm you down. There are so many things that can happen because of that. Right? Great. Thank you, Lakshmi. That was a wonderful share. Soumya, bolo.
Yes, ma'am. Couple of incidents. One was growing up, we used to live in bungalows, So there used to be a boundary wall between two houses.
Yeah.
And there's quite a distance. And there used to be our neighbor had this very amazing berry tree. I don't remember what berry it was, but it used to be khatta and very nice. And she would not let anybody pluck. तो दोपहर को सब सो रहे होते हैं. So we used to have this afternoon. We used to be a group of 7, 8 of us. And chukke chukke we would go and we would pluck berries, and that auntie would know exactly window se she will shout, that kaun hai ye bacche log, kaun hai, and she would know all our faces, community, everybody knew everybody. And then while she's shouting, because it would take her time to come out of the main door and come, we would pluck, and I think half of them we would drop on the floor. We would have like four in our mouth, and then we would be jumping off the wall and we would run. And then I remember she used to tell my mom, ki, they come and pluck berries. And that time, parents never got involved in the bacho wala khel. So my mom will be like, I know these girls, you clearly can't do anything with them. And they'll both laugh about it and they'll go. Like it never became political, in that sense that how can you tell this about my daughter? I think that the whole camaraderie between everybody at that age was so different. It was so light.
Yeah.
There wasn't anything that made it more than what it was.
True.
Next day we would be plucking berries again. I mean, nothing mattered. Nothing sudhrod. Ghar mein aake we would get scoldings and be like, yeah, okay, everything. Agle din same thing. Summer holidays was at auntie's berry tree was bechara bare, because we would pluck. Khaye nahi. It was masti because she would shout and she would come. Somewhere I think she enjoyed the whole thing of, shouting and coming out is what I would like to think today. I don't know for that time, but
Yeah.
that was very nice.
Awesome. पेड़ पे कितने लोग चढ़े हैं? How many of you have climbed trees and
Me.
Me too. Yeah. Done
Me
my
too.
broken my leg.
Me also, ma'am.
Ma'am, same. I broke my hand.
So we've done all this, isn't it? And now, okay, we can go on like this. How many of you have pranked your siblings and got away with
Me.
it? I did. I'll tell you a story.
I did.
So my sister and me, there's a difference of 10 years. So she was a kiddo for me, and I was in that phase of Rajesh Khanna. Okay, so Rajesh Khanna was the life for all of us. He was the sparkle of our eyes. He was everything that a girl could dream of. Okay, so here it was, and because the elder sister is liking Rajesh Khanna, the younger one has to also like Rajesh Khanna because they idolize their older siblings. No? They want to copy, emulate everything that the older one is doing. So what happened? We went to see a movie called Sacha Jhootha. I don't know if any of you have even heard of it. But it was a fun movie and a Rajesh Khanna movie, house full, crowds full, and she's holding onto my hand. She's a 5-year-old. I'm a 15-year-old, or maybe 16-year-old, so 6, whatever. And in that movie, there are 2 Rajesh Khannas. One of them dies. Of course, the villain dies. But in the end, they kind of focus on him. So she's asking me, yeah, what happened? I thought, Rajesh Khanna is no more. He's dead. And you can't imagine. In the hall, she started crying so loudly. And, literally at the top of her, Rajesh Khanna mar gaya, Rajesh Khanna mar gaya, that kind of thing. And everybody's looking around what happened. So I had to bundle her out of the hall and tell her कि नहीं मरा कहती नहीं आपने बोला है. You see, my words were law for her. आपने मैं कहा चलो अंदर मैं दिखाती हूँ दूसरा राजेश खन्ना है नहीं मरा. But she wouldn't believe it. I had to leave the movie. I had to go back home with her because she kept crying and because I told her Rajesh Khanna is no more. It took my father to convince her that this is a movie. You don't have to worry. We'll show you another movie of Rajesh Khanna. He's alive. And till today, she hasn't forgiven me for that, आपने मेरे लिए राजेश खन्ना मार दिया था. So this kind of pranks are also there, funny, cute, idiotic. Any of you have anything like that with your siblings?
Ma'am, I have one, ma'am.
Nothing, wait. I'll ask Sheetal. She hasn't said anything yet. Yes, Sheetal.
Sure.
Hi, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning.
Sure.
Ma'am, so I was very small once. So we'd gone to stay at Nani ji's place. So Mama ji ne kya kiya? He was going to work और उन्होंने तभी 5 rupees was a big thing.
Yeah.
तो उन्होंने तभी 5 rupee का नोट दिया. तो बोला you both go and कुछ चॉकलेट वगैरह ले लेना तभी अपने लिए and आप half उसको दे देना और half you give it to your sibling and half share कर लेना. तो what I did was I tore the note और हाफ उसको दे दिया और हाफ खुद रख लिया. So I'm just, वो मुझे इतना याद आता है ना, मतलब so much of innocence at that time. और अब वो बात याद करो ना तो इतनी हंसी आती है. मतलब easily I tore it and give it out to her.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, who's the person who hasn't spoken? Yes, Neeti. Sangeeta, I'll come back to you.
Ma'am,
Okay, ma'am.
once my cousin's sibling was admitted in a hospital,
Uh,
and we were like 8 or 10, and both of us same month born. So he wanted to play prank, and our hospital was 5 levels, and we were up and down all the time. And by the time Mami ji and Mummy came, he immediately said she started this because she wanted to eat ice cream. Mami ji started laughing for anything, and my mother was, "Don't you know Shikha is in the hospital? You forget," and started going up and down and eating ice cream.
yeah.
So within
See,
hospital itself,
I know. The thing is that what a beautiful relationship we had with our siblings and cousins or whatever it was. I mean, those kind of relationships, I am not so sure if it is something similar these days, but I'm sure I would hope and pray that it is like that. But siblings, of course, are family, but cousins used to be a big thing. And meeting them, playing with them, visiting them, staying the summer holidays with mama's house or chacha's house or bua's house, etc., and doing so many other things because we were not influenced by technology. Those memories and the fun times that you had with them, they will stay with you forever. So much so that no matter what age you get, as you grow older, you still meet in the same with the same camaraderie and the same fun and the same madness. So I'll just share another story. So uh, me and two other cousins, we're about the same age. Okay. So we would meet every winter at our place because my bua's daughters. So it was Christmas time. So what would we do? We'd be in our rajais, in Delhi it's pretty cold, right? So we would be huddled inside, and on Christmas Eve, inside the rajai, we are sitting and singing Christmas carols at the top of our voice. And making Christmas cakes and making a little Christmas tree, all these things we used to do together. We still remember it. And when we used to go to their place, they were living in Chandigarh. So they had a huge sprawling house. Chandigarh houses were very big. And Chandigarh had just started coming up as a city. So they had a huge house and huge trees, as I just told you. So it had become our challenge to each other कि इस पेड़ की इस डाल तक कौन पहुंचेगा पहले. And once we got caught at a point where the branch was so weak and delicate. We were young, but it was so delicate that it just kind of swooped down. And it wasn't down in a way that we could get down, and it wasn't down in a way that we could, sort of climb back, sort of walk back from the tree. And we were stuck there. What happened? Our parents came out, they saw us there, better away पे. They refused to bring us down. We were there for 3 hours. Only thing is that the branch didn't break. And we are hanging on for dear life. After that, the parents put a little, that cot below, the one with the, the what is it called in English? With the nivar. I don't know what it's called in English. The cot, anyway, the cot, and asked us to jump down. And that jump was also pretty big. It wasn't a small jump. But can you imagine what that taught us for life? Of course, they were there to catch us. But what did it teach us? It taught us too many lessons. I'm not even going to get into it. But it shaped us. It shaped us into the kind of people we are today. So even today, three of us, we are very similar in our behavior, in our thinking, in our patterns. And we think of it with so much fun and thank our parents for the lessons they taught us. Right? So ऐसा भी होता है. Now, who's coming next with sibling fun? Ami, how about you? Anything you'd like?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, me and like I have a younger brother. So वो क्या वो पहले तो घर में like आइसक्रीम चॉकलेट वो rarely आता था. तो I would like eat my share छुपके like थोड़ा थोड़ा करके and I would preserve somewhere like फ्रिज में रख दिया आइसक्रीम है चॉकलेट है. And my brother वो जैसे आया वो उसको खत्म कर देता and then he would eat mine. और मुझे पता भी नहीं चलेगा. So then we used to fight. I used to run after him. So this is and then one more. In school times, I used to मुझे हिंदी पसंद नहीं आता था इतना. So homework नहीं करती थी. So then the teacher used to ask me to go and stand outside the class. So when I used to stand outside the class, I used to go and play with some kids. वो जो playground में like मैं playground में जो भी बच्चे खेलते थे उधर में जाके खेलती थी. And then before the class gets over, I used to just come outside the class.
Okay. How do you feel about it today, Ami? Thinking of it?
I don't feel. I mean, yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
At
was
least
fun.
the memory, that's what I said to all of us, sometimes we forget in the recesses of our mind, there are little stories stored up. They're really fun. It may be crazy, but it was fun. Let me just share another one with you. When I was in school, again, the same age, 15 or so. So my father was in government service, so we had a telephone at home, and telephone, I'm saying, not just phone. That time it used to be that black thingy, with the dialing thing. And so we had a phone at home, and it used to be fascination for us, though we were told not to make private calls. But being kids, me and my cousins, all of us used to stay together. So what was it that we would do? It was fixed half an hour. We used to make those calls. Can you believe it? What was the call? We would just dial any number, and just say in a very, very supposed to be older voice. Sometimes we would keep a kapda on the mouthpiece so that the voice gets a little altered. And we would say good morning or good evening, whatever the time was. I'm calling from whatever the refrigerator company was. That time it was Kelvinator and Alwyn. These were the two names that were famous that time. So I'm calling from Kelvinator and we are doing a random check. So वो इंसान innocent होते थे ना, they would say yes. So we would say, is your fridge running? So they would say yes. So then you please better run after it. And then we would put the phone down.
Ma'am, I was actually going to share this story because we've done that. Same
wow.
thing. Is your fridge running? And we'll run after it. And we'll call back again after 5 minutes. And then this lady, I remember she picked up and we were like, Abhi tak yahi ho, you're not running behind your fridge. And then we would hang up again. And and then again we would call and she's like, काम भी नहीं करने देते. काम कैसे करोगे? Fridge नहीं है तो कैसे करोगे? जाके fridge को लेके आओ पहले. Like we would go on, and thank God for no caller IDs and no tracing calls and anything, because my parents would have kicked us out of the house, I think, for the number of calls. That single lady, she picked up every time, that was
we would just call random numbers. And once I remember, I didn't realize I had called one of our cousins or some friend's father. Okay. So obviously we're talking in this very serious way and all. So he visited us. So he says, एक दिन मुझे ऐसा phone आया, and me and my cousins are sitting there, squirming that he's going to now, building a story and he's going to now blame us for it. So he said, I got this phone call and this person on the other end, he didn't say girls, he said person on the other end said the same thing. Is your fridge running? You better run after it. He says, I didn't realize for a minute. I was holding on to the phone and I said, okay. And he says, after this, I realized that I have been pranked. And I laughed so much. And we burst out laughing because he says, I said, okay. We didn't hear that because we had put the phone down. So then I said, Uncle, can I say something? So we told him we were the ones to prank you. Oh my God. He said, I have never laughed so much in my life. And by the way, even government servants, etc., for anyone for that matter, those days was the time when the country was being developed. So there was a lot of industrial work happening. So people used to be very stressed and strained about, many different aspects of work. So he says, you can't imagine, I was in such a whatever meeting or something with XYZ senior government officials, and here is this phone call. He said, I said, okay. I burst out laughing, and I kept laughing till tears started rolling down, and everybody is watching me in that meeting. Okay, what happened? Why are you laughing? So because he was the senior most admin, so he had a phone. He was allowed to have a phone next to him. He said, everybody asked me, why are you laughing? And he says, my tears were rolling down, and I told them that this is what happened. Everybody started laughing. Okay. So imagine one little prank, what joy it brought to so many people that, I mean, he said after that the meeting went so easily, we were able to come to decisions. So I have to thank you. So he took us, and that time it used to be a big treat to go to a 5-star hotel. Okay. So Oberoi's in Delhi was the only place that was there, and one or two more. So he said, okay, now today I'm going to take you. So we all went to the Oberoi coffee shop, so thrilled with ourselves with our prank that it helped, us get what we wanted to eat. And it was great fun. So yeah, it happened. Yeah, anybody else having anything with siblings or funny things like this?
I'm eating ice cream from the fridge and saying, मैंने तो खाई नहीं. पता नहीं कौन खा गया.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. It's always been there. And white lies and soft lies are always welcome. You know the child is telling a lie, but मैंने तो खाई नहीं, मैंने तो करा ही नहीं. I'm not responsible for it. Such fun. Sangeet, I stopped you from that time. Sangeet, would you like to say something?
Yes, ma'am. This is regarding my school, where it was a cockhouse party, and it was a co-ed school, so we had a party in the central dining hall. And one of our housemasters, he always had issues with boys, they were always getting punished. So we were at the dining table, and this housemaster was at the head chair, and there were all of us were sitting, and the light went off, and किसी ने उठा के ना rice plate मुंह पे मारी housemaster के. और जब लाइट आ गई तो the पूरे राइस उसके मुंह पे चिपके हुए थे. And we don't know who did it. Some boys only did it, but then we were punished. We were made to stand on the benches, all of us. In the central, there was no lunch, but सब benches पे खड़ा किया, and पता नहीं फिर हाउस मास्टर का क्या हुआ, but वो राइस प्लेट उठा के किसी ने हाउस मास्टर के फेस पे मारी थी. That was quite funny.
Wow. Yeah, so here we are. We have reached the time. I didn't even realize it's 11 o'clock. Anybody else would like to share something or just voice something? Preeti, I really have to thank you for making us have so much of fun today. Yes, anybody would like to add last story?
Yeah, I want to share one thing. I have so many stories. Yeah, Moni Deepa here.
Yeah, Moni Deepa.
So mine is when I was in class 6 standard. So after the tiffin period, that was the 5th period. So the teacher, we all were shouting in the class, and the teacher came inside, and then she first scolded us that why we are shouting, and then said that I have given you homework. Did you learn it? So all stand up. Do we all stand up? And then he asked a question. Okay, by chance, my hand was in my copy, and by chance that page turned up. Okay, I was in third bench and behind someone. So by chance it turned up, and she asked that question's answer only, and it was there. So I knew. I looked at that, and I closed the copy. So one of my friend, she saw it. But then also, and I raised my hand that I'll give answer, and the whole class was looking at me. Then I gave the answer, and the teacher, she praised me that she has learned, and all of you have not learned it. And she sent all of them outside the class. All the students, my classmates were outside the class. I was the only one sitting inside the class.
Wow.
Now I am laughing, but that time I was thinking, what have I done? So means I was feeling guilty, and then teacher told me you can write whatever you want to. एक बार मैं खाली उसको मुझे लगा पता नहीं व्हाट दे आर थिंकिंग अबाउट मी, शैल आई गो आउट, और मेरे को डर भी लग रहा था, एक जन तो देख ली थी, तो मैंने जाके बाहर में मैंने बोला कि आई हैव टू sharpen my pencil, and then I went out. तो वो जो देख रही थी she told me I will tell the teacher. I told okay, go ahead. And then I came back.
Thank
So
you, Monidita.
this is a funny
Very
thing
fun.
I have.
No, that is true because you never wanted to be out of the crowd from your school, friends. You didn't want to be the
Yes.
black sheep. You didn't want to be. So that itself created so much of guilt inside us. So imagine, think of it. A little inner child was formed that day of guilt. And, we don't know how it has affected you till date. Though it's a fun story, but a little
Yes.
inner child got formed that day for the guilt. Isn't it?
Yes, and I still remember that I should not have done that.
No, it's okay. It was part of the growing up. It is part of fun. It was part of innocence. But we should not hold on to it. ठीक है हुआ है, so what यार, जानबूझ के थोड़े किया था. But yes, जो वो अगर inner child बन गया है, so please get rid of that little inner child. That's all I can say, right? But yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
Wow. Okay, people, we have come to the end of the session in the sense of timing. We can go on, we can continue the chat, but no, we have learned one thing, that we should adhere to time. Okay. So anything you'd like to just add, or, just say thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for making this a fun element. Thank you, Preeti, for the suggestion. I will go on saying this because I think today all of us have a smile in our heart as we think of it.
I just have a suggestion. If we just on our speakers and we just laugh out
Exactly. Come on.
without any reason.
Yes, come on, all of you. Thank you. Great suggestion. All of you, Dina, Shubhangi, Ruby, everyone, Monideepa, Lakshmi, apna video on karo. Let's just laugh and end the session beautifully. And
Yeah.
do send your feedbacks, please, today. It'll be
You need to all on your speakers.
speakers भी on करो सब लोग, come on. Speaker on करो, video on करो. Lakshmi.
Thank you for the lovely session.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thanks a lot for a
Thank
lovely
you.
session. Thank you.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you for all the
Thank you.
sharing.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You.